You know, sometimes in video games we have to take a moment to stop and look at our character's ass. And not just a quick glimpse of it and assume it looks fine, but to actually go into depth and see all that booty. However, most games are either in first person and have to rely on other people.
You want me to do what?
And some games are already a clusterfuck from Satan's orgy room that we can't get a small glimpse of that ass. I'm looking at you, Platinum Games!
The memes.
Other than that one time in Nier, I'll draw. And in the case of Skyrim,
Then I took an arrow in the...
you have a camera view mode, but if you're a console peasant like me, then you're stuck with a fucking spinny wheel, Jared. Take Warframe, for example. It's the best game ever created by God, and has no free camera movement, and has a large list of ass, and of no way of properly viewing them. That was until...
3
weeks later. Many months later.
When update 20 dropped and brought us Captura, we all collectively got up from humping the nearest Grineer corpse and go, "Oh my god! Oh my god!" See, the backstory of Captura started when Rebecca Ford got really salty when she couldn't get a good shot of Valkyrie's ass. So she went to Steve Sinclair and said, "Hey, can you do something for me?" And that is how Captura was born. The first thing you will notice when you load in Captura is none of the surrounding environments, and start taking glamour shots of that ass. As you can take shots of any frames you want, from Ace's nice tuchus, to Rhino's junk in the trunk, to the biggest ass of all, EA. But when you're done taking all those shots of the great ass of your desire, you will start to look around and see that you're in a room with full camera movements and start getting some ideas in your head. From this point, you might need some help. Like a therapist?
I'm not a doctor!
Now, the first thing you need to know is that out of all these scenes, you only start with these three: an unaspiring Grineer base, a dull corpus ship, and an infested hologram room. However, you can't get more by buying some from factions, or getting one from this prick.
Until next time.
But the best Captura scene is the chroma key room, which you can buy from this asshole for a reasonable price. This scene is just a room completely of one color. So unless you fucked up with the colors of your room in your frame, fucked it up! You can chroma key your frame into anything. However, before you do that, you need to know the camera controls and settings. Before we do start, there's a couple things you need to know. First, you can't die in Captura. I tried. Second, unlike the actual game where you're constantly running out of energy like your patience for living, you don't run out of energy in Captura. Seriously, I put in negative duration and fishing mods on Chroma, activated as 1 and 4, left to grab a sandwich, came back and I was still spitting fire. What the fuck? Once you activate free mode, you can pull up a list of camera commands. And yes, I know. Console peasant. You can extend, descend, tilt, slow down camera movement, speed up camera movement, and advance time. You can also toggle the panel list, and then you have your settings. On the top of the settings list, there's a depth of field on and off switch, and dials that you will definitely ignore. Next is the exposure for the scene. Definitely what you want to use in the planes. Zooming in and zooming out. Textures, which can really set the mood. And now change it to blood.
I'll end you! You son of a bitch!
All of which can be dialed down or change in depth. Grain's a bit tricky because if you're not careful, you can accidentally make white noise. Saturation could turn the scene more black or white. You could also lock the camera onto your Warframe so you can move without losing your subject. And you can detach the camera from your frame so when you're in free mode, the camera won't follow you. These two could be combined to lock onto one place and stay focused on the frame. This is similar to the remote observation, but the only difference is that you don't need to attach it to the wall or floor. Next is the advanced camera controls, which can make a list of camera positions that form a moving track. Each camera position can be changed, and you can also change some of the scene settings for each individual cameras. Text can also be created to add meaning or just to fuck around.
Hi, I'm Paul.
What's that? Not enough light on your ass? The fuck you trying to do, Tennocon? Well, the scene light can be brightened, or you could add 3 new light sources that follow your Warframe. Each light can change color and turn the brightness up or down. Time will stay stopped until you press the advanced time button, and you can also adjust the speed of time. Need something for your ass to kill? You can spawn enemies at any level to murder. Perfect! The planes of Eidolon and Orb Valis also have times of day settings and rain. And that's everything. But knowing is half the battle, my friends. The possibilities are endless, and I haven't even mentioned using your gears and emotes. Nevertheless, using your zombie dog. Who's a good girl? Even your operator could be cut into anything. Wait, that's not an edit.
Hey, kiddo.
But once you start to get the hint of Captura, you can create almost anything. In fact, here's what I did in Captura as a sneak peek for my next video. So you wanna main Warframe. And it's my personal favorite, just because I get to do this.
The defeat was merely a delay. To the time after Oblivion opened. When the sons of Skyrim would spill their own blood. But no one wanted to believe they even existed. And when the truth finally dawns, it dawns in fire. But there's one they fear. In their tongue, he is Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.